everyone. This is an EWTN Bookmark Brief. I'm Doug Keck, your host. Just had the great pleasure of speaking with our great friend, Father James Mallon, up in Canada, Great White North, about his latest book, Divine Renovation, Beyond the Parish, the Word Among Us Press, and available through our EWTN religious catalog. We talked a lot about in this book, and people can look for the entire interview. There's so much in the book. But let me tell you, Divine Renovation Beyond the Parish talks about evangelization. Today, what do we mean when we say like missionary discipleship and evangelization? What are we talking about, and how do you talk about it in this book?
Yeah, I'd say that the goal of evangelization is the making of disciples, which means someone becomes a follower of Jesus within the church. So it's fulfilling the Great Commission. We remember, too, that the Jesus who said, go make disciples, also said, do this in memory of me. So for us as Catholics, it doesn't end with coming into an encounter with Jesus or accepting Jesus as Savior and Lord. Savior and Lord, both are very, very important. There are moments where we emphasize Jesus as Savior more, and often people will encounter him as Savior first, which will lead them to fall in love and then surrender their lives, surrender to him as Lord, because people say, well, does following Jesus mean I'll have to change my life? Of course it does. All of us are called to holiness, is to take up the cross. And I don't know what that's going to mean for you, but we're going to walk with you. That's the kind of community that we have to become. You know, often in churches we say all are welcome, but welcome to what? Welcome to what? Yes, Jesus meets us where we are, and we as a church, we've got to meet people where they are. But if we love people, we don't leave them where they are. We've got to walk together. That's the call of God. That's the method of Jesus. So to experience Jesus as Savior and Lord, and then to embrace his family, the church, and the richness of the church and the sacraments that the Lord has given us. Evangelization for Catholics, that conversion process comes to either baptism or the sacrament of reconciliation, and is fulfilled at the altar with the Eucharist. So that's, in a sense, what we mean by evangelization. It's distinct from what I would call discipleship, which is, it's like when you got married, Doug. You know, you had a process of perhaps hearing about your future wife, encountering, developing a personal relationship, falling in love, and making a commitment. And then you stood with family and friends and publicly committed. And that wasn't the end of it. That was just the beginning of a whole new chapter, a lifelong process of learning and growing. That's where discipleship is, and that's where like catechesis and sacraments are important.
Thank you very much. There's a lot in this book, especially for people to see maybe certain things in the future in their parish, and that there's a great future for the church if we acknowledge Jesus is Lord, as you say. Father James Mallon, Divine Renovation Beyond the Parish is the title, available through our EWTN religious catalog right now, EWTNRC.com. Look for the interview coming soon on the network and on our YouTube channel and on demand as well. And it's great seeing you, Father Mallon. We've got to have you more often on the network. And this has been an EWTN Bookmark Brief. Thanks for stopping by.